I brought a bomb to school. So I was in the 5th grade, and the teacher announced to the class that there would be this shiny new elected. It was like pitched like it was for the gifted and the elite, except it wasn't. Looking back, it really had no effect on anything, except for if you got in, you could you could ditch math class 45 minutes early. That changed my tone on this whole elective thing immediately. I went from nope, this is dumb to sign me up. Now, where is it? Okay, we'll chill. We'll chill. We're gonna actually run up here because I think high ground. Obi-Wan Kenobi said the high ground. Okay. Yeah, I immediately signed up, and turns out the class was something called Invention Club, which was, you know, sounds cool until you realize it's just a bunch of 11-year-olds learning about patents, and then a teacher that's like probably way too into it than they should be. Oh my goodness. Oh my. I was the last guy. I got no kills. I was the last guy. Kind of proud of making it to the end there. That was cool. Yeah, so Invention Club, it sounds cool until you realize it's just a bunch of, you know, 11-year-olds learning about patents, and then a teacher that's teaching it way, like that's way too into the class, into the subject than she probably should be. You know, it's okay to be into something, but just, like, you know, not this much. It sounds cool. If I had to compare it to something, it's like Shark Tank, but without the shark or the tanks or the... Come on. How did I not get you, bro? What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? You gonna chill? Ah! No! Anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, it was just a bunch of us kids learning about how to reinvent the pencil. So, you know, class went on as usual, not doing math, not really listening, until one day something caught my attention. The teacher said that we could, can I get that? Thank you. That we could invent something, not just like on paper, like actually make it. They gave us a $25 budget and 3 months to do it. And then there would be this like presentation type thing, which I was excited about. You know, it's the first thing I was taking seriously in this class. Nope, not happening. I don't need to worry about you, because you are too scared of me. Oh my, why are we doing this? Are we gonna, seriously, this is our idea here? Huh, I don't know what to do with this guy, huh? Right there. How are you? Where'd you go? Where are you? How is this happening? Okay, look. I can't see it. If I could, I would be a god. Yeah, it was the first task that I would take I was taking seriously. You know, while the other kids were inventing, you know, time machines and, you know, hot glue guns, but lasers, or I don't know, whatever 11-year-olds make, I was coming up with something that would solve real problems. I was gonna reinvent the light bulb. I was gonna make it better. Like, I had this idea, you know. If I, instead of screwing one in, which was exhausting for the skinny anorexic body of an 11-year-old to do with no triceps, I would... Oh, that's not very fair, is it? That's not very fair either. So my solution to this annoying task of screwing in a light bulb was magnets. No screwing, no twisting. I would just slap a magnet on to a light bulb and attach it to the ceiling. It was ingenious. Thomas Edison would have crapped his pants if he saw me do this. No! This new light bulb, magnet light bulb, was going to change the world. Now, at the time, I had zero understanding of electricity. I still don't. I cannot confirm or deny if this is... Okay, look. What did I do to you, bro? What did I do to you, bro? No! You took my boy. Oh, they got him. Yay. Nope, wrong one. No! No! So I pitched my idea to the official class spreadsheet with the confidence of that one gorilla from Planet of the Apes, you know, the one that, you know, had his chest out and was squealing. So like every ape from Planet of the Apes. And funny enough, the teacher approved of this monstrosity of an idea. I think it was out of curiosity, you know, just see what happens. And, you know, like, how bad could this go? Okay, if I wish... Okay, it's like I've done this. I just am so good at this game, bro. So good. I freaking take that back. What happened? Yeah, so I rushed home. I told my mom. She was not happy to find out I signed up for a class that she did not approve of. Not that she had anything wrong with new ideas. We're not Amish. She just is like, hey, maybe tell me next time instead of not tell me. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So after some brainstorming, we came up with an idea that would work. Let's just grab, we had all the material. Let's super glue a light bulb to a magnet. That's all we needed. It's just a prototype, something to look at so people would understand what it was. We had the light bulb. We had the hot glue. Now we had $25 to spend on a magnet. So my mom, bless her heart, bought a neodymium light bulb, I think it was, which is like, if you know the ones that have the warning label on them, that's like, hey, don't put this next to, you know, children or adults, or really, I died. That sucks. Assembly was, what am I supposed to do against this guy? Wow! How'd you get me? How'd you do it? What are your secrets? Oh my gosh. So after the magnet arrived, assembly required precision. It had to be extremely well done. So I put a glob of hot glue onto the light bulb, and then I put it on the magnet, and then after the light bulb fell off a couple times, I put more glue around the... We're going this way. I can't fight those people. What? You have faith in me? No, that's not happening. But here's what we can do. I take that back. I take that back! Yeah. After the completion of this incredible project, we were able to fast track this by 2.5 months. We were done super early. I was done super early. I felt like Jeff Bezos, except if I, you know, did something cool. Ha ha ha. I don't really care for kills. I just want stuff. I had done it. I was a legend. I set the light bulb on the kitchen counter. The bulb jolted sideways like a chihuahua on cocaine, clocking at like 20 miles an hour. As it crashed into my Whirlpool 30-inch wide French door refrigerator, glass went everywhere. Everywhere. Tiny shards, like daggers, in every direction. Not the result I was expecting, but if I'm being honest, I wasn't disappointed. There's probably some practical use for a light bulb impact grenade in other scenarios, but at the time, it wasn't a trend to bring bombs to school. And there's that. And there's lag. And there's lag. He got me through a block. Did you see that? I also was standing on that rock for a long time. I thought about quitting, but in the words of Chris Pratt, I weed-whacked the crap out of my yard. I decided to persist. We cleaned up the Hiroshima-esque area, found another bulb, reattached it, and tried again. Ah! I'm just trying to learn. No way you just survived that. That's insane. Let's see it. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. No, that's not what we're looking for here, little bro. No! What just happened? So after we reattached the light bulb to the magnet, I discovered the crucial problem with my design is that it was too close to it was in too close of proximity to metal. That angry magnet would have flown anywhere, and it was not exactly something safe. What am I supposed to do against lag? So fast forward to the car ride to school. The magnet was like safely resting in a box I put it in until the car hit a bump. The magnet flung itself at some exposed metal and implanted itself in the seat. I had to run home and reconstruct the device before going to school. It was a pain. When I got to class though, I gently sat the box down on my desk, making sure it wouldn't oh my gosh, dude. If it's not somebody, it's myself. So right before I put the light bulb down, the teacher walks in. And it's like she timed it, because as soon as she walked in the door, the light bulb blew up. Like she just was wanting it to fail. And I watched as these shards of glass went everywhere around the classroom. Those daggers, as I described it. And she wasn't even mad. She just kind of shrugged and helped me clean it up. But after that day, I was not invited. I wasn't invited back. I didn't realize that until I got to until about a month when since I thought the class was over. No one actually said I was kicked out. I just kind of like figured because no one came to get me from. Hang on, let's do some. Oh my goodness, I was really trying too. Yeah, so I kind of thought the class was over because no one came and got me again. And no one said to my face I kind of wasn't invited back until for about a month later when presentations were supposed to happen. So that day, then one day, like a month later, like I said, I was in my old math class again. And the teacher announced we're going to go check out and see what the other students had done. And I knew what it was in that moment. I knew it was the class. I'm like, why wasn't I invited to set up? I didn't know if, like there was no evidence that that's what it was. I just knew in my heart. I'm like, they kicked me out. They did it. They ruined me. Did that guy just try and shoot at me? No. That's not on my watch. Nope. Not happening, bro. Not happening. You don't just get to shoot at me and... Whoa! How? Dude. It's pretty rude of the teacher to do that to me, not tell me like, hey, yeah, no, we're not doing this anymore. You can't. Welcome back. But to be fair, I shared with my Christian inventing teacher The Night Santa Went Crazy by Weird Al Yankovic, which she was not happy about. Like, she was so mad at me for doing that. So I don't blame her for kicking me out. Actually, I do. You know what? Rivalries. I do. That was mean. Teacher, how do you remember your name? Please don't do that. Again. Not that I'm, still in... Can I go up the ladder? What is going on? Oh my gosh. Yeah, of course, knowing what I had... Whoa. Okay. I accept my fate. Oh. Okay. I guess not. Oh my gosh. I literally... Why am I jumping into the void? Why? So, knowing what I knew about, insulting her religion and everything she believed in, because I guess she still believes in Santa Claus. I of course did the respectful thing, and I walked up to her and asked her what's up. I asked her why I wasn't included, and she looked at me like I asked where babies came from. I don't know why. And she said, well, you don't have anything to present. You didn't, your thing it's your light bulb. It's not here. You threw it away. And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yes, I threw it away because it blew up 3 times in public on school grounds, enough to get me like kicked out or expelled. And she's like, and she just is playing dumb. Like, hey, why? We're gonna just chill here for a second. Come on. Woohoo! Okay, this guy's got a diamond sword. Dude, the lag. So, yeah, I threw it away because it blew up 3 times. She was there for all of it, and she still is asking me this. Like why? You know why I had to throw it away. It was too dangerous. My skills are just too much for even school grounds to compare. To not compare, to go against. You know what I mean. Oh, I made that one. Let's go. Well, I want to go this way. And I don't really want to... We're going to deal with this guy. No! Oh my gosh! You gotta be kidding me. How did you hit me in the void? Yeah, so she asked, though, if I wanted to present even without the model. And which I was not about to just, you know, display to the class my invention, which disassembled itself more violently than the Hindenburg. So I said to her proudly, with dignity, I said nah before walking away and walking awkwardly away into the void like that guy. No, into the back of the class, sat down and kind of skulked for the rest of the time I was there. But that's beside the point. When I was ruminating on what had happened, oh, nope. No, dude, I'm like, oh, dude, I thought I got him, but he's too skilled, like me. Yeah, so when I was ruminating on this dastardly deed that had been done to me, I was sitting in the back and I was looking at all these other kids and what they had made. And they had made all these different stuff that was like, you know, fun. It was they had fun making it. They had fun inventing it. I was the only one that had made something that was workable. Like, I could do it. It could be a real thing. But you know, it was inspiring. I was different. I felt different in that moment. But at the end of the day, and we're gonna walk away for a second. How do I heal? Okay. Oh my, what? How did he do that? Anyways, if you had to take anything away from this story, just make sure it ends up with the same or better ending, because any other way, and I think you would end up in prison or juvie or whatever. But, you know, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you appreciated my, you know, intense, super serious gameplay. Yeah. I'll see ya. Bye!